How my thinking leads to eating. I shouldn't work out today. Oh boy, I had a great question come in from a community member that I covered in our live webinar. And I thought this is really good and I need to put a video together. So not only will your lower brain show up and try to convince you to eat food you didn't plan, to impulsively eat, to deal with discomfort, to fix problems, all this kind of stuff, but it's also going to try and show up and try to derail you from doing things you want to do. And here's an analogy I want you to think about. You wake up in the morning, you make a plan. Okay, I'm going to work out every morning. That's my plan. And the 6:30 alarm goes off, 7 o'clock alarm goes off, and you hear that voice cranking in your head. You know, you worked out yesterday, you're sore today. We don't want to do this. We'll do it later. It's always going to suggest you're going to do it some other time, some other magical time. And all you have to do is realize, again, you're dealing with your internal toddler, you're parenting it. So imagine your kiddo comes in and they go to you, Mom, I don't want to go to school, or Dad, I don't want to go to school today. You're not going to immediately say, oh, sure, school overrated. You don't need an education. I go with this. No, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Kid gets benefit from, say, getting an education. I want my kid to go to school and learn stuff. You might say, hey, kiddo, why do you not want to go to school? And you find out Tommy on the playground making fun of me, or, I'm having this issue in my class, and da-da-da-da-da. And you would take the kid into school and you would say to them, to convince them to go, you would say, hey, how about we go talk to the teacher before school, ask her to help you out with Tommy. Maybe we can get some kind of, talk going here. Or, if you're struggling with your assignments, how about I go talk to your teacher and see if we can work something out? Like, you would encourage the kid to go in and deal with the issue so they could get over this concern about going to school. However, because your lower brain sees things in a very black and white, all or nothing option, it sees you have to work out a certain way. There is no discussion. There is no, let's have multiple plans or how we're going to handle this. So when your lower brain's screaming at you in the morning, you worked out yesterday, you're sore, most of that could be true. It's actually coming from an honest place. But what the problem is if your definition of working out is doing a 45-minute HIIT session at your gym, there might be some validity to what it's saying. And you're just kind of you're either going with it or you're just saying no and bulldozing through. What I want to encourage you to do is activate your higher brain, start to actually talk it back. We are a little sore, and we did do a really intense workout yesterday. What if today we just did the Johnson & Johnson 7-minute app and we just followed that for 7 minutes at home, body weight exercise, or we go to Heather's most famous 1 squat, 1 lunge on each leg, and 1 push-up. And what we're doing is greasing the groove, right? You're choosing not to do an extreme workout, but what you are doing, and this goes back to kind of knowing your goal and knowing what your habit is going to be. So my habit was never 45-minute HIIT sessions. My habit was 20 minutes of movement every day. So that could have been 20 minutes of yoga. That could have been 20 minutes of walking. That could have been 20 minutes of strength training. Those are kind of my bare minimums, right? So when my lower brain shows up and says, hey, Heather, you're really sore from strength training yesterday, I say, you're right, I am. And I think to myself, okay, so today for my movement, I'm going to do a 20-minute walk, or I'll do a 20-minute stretching yoga session, but I'm not going to do an intense workout. You see how that works, right? Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be a hardcore workout every day. And the time commitment can be so small. You can say, okay, I realize this is me generating a brand new habit. 5 minutes. I say to my lower brain, you know what, lower brain, you're right. Let's just take 5 minutes. Let's do 5 minutes of yoga. Let's do 5 minutes of, basic body weight training at home. Again, like I have a lot of my clients start with this: 1 squat, 1 lunge on each leg, 1 push-up. And what starts to happen for them is it's building the fundamental habit and routine. but you don't have to make everything black and white. And when your lower brain shows up and tries to convince you not to work out, realize where that's coming from. It's coming from realizing that it's going to create discomfort. It's way outside your comfort zone. It doesn't want you to feel badly in the moment. It doesn't care about your long-term goals. It's going to kick the can down the line. It's going to do all those things. Your job is to parent it and say, no, sweetheart, we're going to go to school today, but how can we make this good for both of us? How can we start to move you forward, but also deal with whatever the problem is, right? It's that internal relationship with yourself. You're not getting rid of your lower brain. It's there to stay. Your job now is to learn how to manage it to where you can get more of what you want. You don't keep quitting on yourself. You don't keep backsliding. You say, okay, 5 minutes is our new requirement. We just focus on 5 minutes. It does not have to be an intense workout. So the days I wake up feeling this way, I don't have to then expect my body to perform the same way. And I'm setting a realistic expectation for myself. Now, as you stick with it, you prove to yourself year in and year out, you're going to show up and do movement. You could always bump it up. I think I have mine around 20 minutes, right? You can keep bumping it up. Even when I was in a hospital, 20 minutes of walk in the corridors. Did I break a sweat? No. Was I in pain? No. Did I stick to my commitment? Yes. So this is how I want you to think about it. Your lower brain's showing up, trying to protect you, trying to fix a problem. You probably are physically in pain. How can you make this work to where you are in a place of balance between the two, to where you can be consistent with the goal of building in regular exercise? That's what we're working towards. So yes, your lower brain will show up, tell you not to work out. We'll do it later. Nope. We're going to commit to 5 minutes every morning. We can do more. 5 minutes is not the top. It's the minimum. So if you're getting in there, you're walking, you're having a good 5-minute walk, and you go, man, I want to go for another 10 minutes. Great. Do it. But 5 minutes is the minimum. And that's what you say back. You know what? You're right, sweetheart. I am sore. I'm just going to do a 5-minute walk today. I'm going to do a 5-minute yoga stretch. I'm going to stay consistent with my habit of exercise in the morning, but I'm not going to worry about what kind of exercise I do. And I'm definitely not going to worry about how long I have to do it. Because what I realize is long term, there might be points where I'm injured. There might be places where I can't do the exercises I prefer to do. And I've got to make this really flexible for long term. I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.